from sportschatplace.com and pickdogs.com, and it is Monday, June 29th, 2020, here with your live show. Of course, we're live here 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Matter of fact, normally we're live many times a day, and we haven't been live many times a day over the stoppage, but we're getting ready to ramp things up, and I'm going to talk about things like that on today's show. Of course, normally I have the Puck Dogs with me. I have Steve Monahan, and we have Jeff Jeter doing NASCAR, and we're going to be bringing in a lot of guests, and I'm really excited. I'm going to tell you more about that as this show goes on. But this is our third to last Monday with Mitch that we'll be doing. Maybe we'll continue this on into something else, and I'll do some other kind of show by myself. But basically, we've gone to the Monday with Mitch during the COVID stoppage, because Monday, even when sports are going on, is generally the lightest day for sports, no matter what. College basketball, there could be 150 games on a Saturday, and on Monday there's 3. And it's just the way that it is. It's just Mondays are always the lightest day. So, I don't know if we'll continue on with the Monday with Mitch segments after, but for the time being, this will probably be our third to last one for the Mondays with Mitch. I'm ready to get back into sports. A few things I want to talk about is, first off, or I'm not really sure how you properly say that. It's funny, I was talking to Charles Ormsby this morning on Skype, and talking about how not good at school I am, and probably saying things like firstly or first off, not knowing which one is correct. Probably just shows you how bad I am at school and things of that nature. It doesn't mean we're bad at everything. And, I think that, firstly, I want to talk about some of the things that we're going to be doing at Sports Chat Place. I have a lot of, and Pick Dogs, I have a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and I'm kind of freaking out about it. I think most people that know me and have known me over the years, and even the people that have seen me on the show, have your impression of me, from what you see on camera. I'm the type of person that I never worry. I never freak out. I always know that everything's always going to work out. I never have a problem with it. So when I freak out, other people start to worry. So that's kind of where we are, because we've sat through this COVID stoppage, and some of the things we're just not able to test. Because we don't have the numbers that we normally have to work with during the stoppage. So we have our new multi-capper premium site, and I wanted to let everybody know that, at least that's watching, that paused their subscription to my premium area. What will happen is that your premium subscription that you had for my old premium area will be carried over to the new premium area, and you'll have access to all of my stuff there for the time that you've paid for. And then in future years and everything like that, in future months and all that other stuff, we'll have to figure it out exactly how it's going to go as far as subscriptions and things like that. Of course, I'll always honor your pricing, but as far as recurring subscriptions and things like that, I don't know. I have to talk to the tech guys, and we'll have to figure that out. I have some new features coming up with the Puck Dogs. I sent, I've sent a few people a copy of it just to look. We have our t-shirt giveaway that we never did for March Madness. I have a whole room full of Pick Dogs t-shirts for you guys. I'm really excited to be giving those away. And of course, we're going to do all that stuff once sports resumes. We're also going to have a number of new shows. We're going to go back to doing the Spread Knowledge show first, then do the morning show, which will probably be a similar format to what we've been doing, except we'll have picks, right, for the games that people care about, and instead of just us rambling on. And then after that, in the afternoon, we'll have another show, like closer to game time, within an hour and a half of when the main slate starts. So if it's like 7 o'clock starts for baseball, the show will probably be around 5:30 Eastern time. We'll have a show at that time, and it'll probably run about an hour. I'm going to have a co-host, and we're just going to, we're going to play it by ear and see how it goes. But I have a whole new format for that, and it's going to be a show that's going to be very fast-paced, lots of guests, lots of picks, and lots of talking about, lots of talking about it. For the Puck Dogs, I have Dana Lane, who does the play-by-play for UNLV, and he also hockey. He also, is closely associated with the Vegas Knights, and I would like to mix him in with the Puck Dogs for a late hockey show, because like after the goalie changes, after the late scratches, after that, kind of outside of what we do in the morning, maybe just something in the afternoon, in the early afternoon after they do that. We'll have to figure it out between them, but that is the plan right now. And then on the weekends, Joe D'Amico is going to come on with me, I believe, and we're going to have. I mean, Joe is the bomb. So you guys are going to love him, and we'll have to see, how much Joe is able to cover with us and how much he's able to do with us. But he's welcome, to do as much as he wants. So just a taste of a few of the things that we have going on here on YouTube and Periscope and Twitter and on Facebook Live and all that other stuff. So we have a lot of new shows that we're going to be doing. It's going to be a lot of Mitch at first, and then I'll have my shows, and then we'll have other shows that I might not be a part of. Like we'll have an MMA show, we'll have a NASCAR show, we'll have all these things, and maybe I'll be the middle guy, like kind of I do on the Trading Paint with Rod. So we'll probably with when something like that where I'm in the middle. But other ones, I think, I just don't add that much to those things because those aren't the sports that I love. And it kind of leads us into our next thing. And, I let off the show saying that we have 3 more of these Mondays with Mitch left, including today. Just, sports are starting. So, we got to get back to doing what we do. But anyways, we're going to, I just want to talk about, what's going on and everything. And, most people have heard me say this a million times, and I'm going to say it again. We've gone through many presidential elections. I've been at this for a while now. I mean, you guys can see, like, you can go back on YouTube, type up, like, Mitch Spotlight Game or something on YouTube, and you'll see, like, I look totally different. It's like, through the years, you can see me on YouTube. I'm kind of like Oprah. I get bigger and smaller, bigger and smaller, like all these different, crazy things with hair, without hair, long hair, no hair, like all different phases of me. Tan, white as a sheet, sweaters, snowstorms, Walmart, Target. I've done shows from all these different places, and I've always been able to avoid the political environment. And like over the last couple months, I haven't really been able to do it as well. I haven't gone on and taken a hard line, as far as like, as far as like a party and a presidential candidate and stuff like that. You're never going to hear me say one thing or the other, one way, just about the specific events that have gone on recently. Of course, minutes after the George Floyd video was released, I came on here and said, man, that's pretty crappy. That some guy would, put his knee in some guy's throat. I didn't really word it like that or use that tone. And of course, more recently with the Bubba Wallace noose incident, I came on, hours after that as well. And, we can spin all of these events any way that we want, and it's easy, and we're not going to persuade anybody to think how we think by a Facebook post. We're not going to persuade anyone to think how we think by, ranting about it. We're not going to persuade anyone to think how we think, by any of those methods. The only way you can persuade people that something is better than the other is to walk the walk and show the results and say, I did this and this worked. And that's, we got to lead. If you want to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk, and I honestly believe that with everything. And there are people that out there that believe that talking the talk and walking the walk is not the way to do things. And those are people that I can never be with, work with, or obviously none of you guys are those people because, we're friends. But, it's just been a difficult time for me because it's like, I'll be as opinionated. I'm one of the more opinionated people in all of sports handicapping. I know that. and I'm probably one of the more opinionated people that you know. But at the same time, you know, I don't have an opinion on these other things, and most of them I'm not educated enough on that subject because I don't care enough. You know, it's not that I don't. It's not that I don't care about, you know, what the president says and what he does. I don't care who it is, you know, as long as it's the person that most people voted in, and you know, and we have to play the cards that we're dealt. And we're not going to make excuses because we didn't like this person and we didn't vote for this person and, you know, we didn't do that. It's like, believe me, we've been playing the cards we've dealt. We've never been dealt the good cards, man. We've never been dealt the good cards. We always just play them better than everybody else, and that we're going to continue to do that. But the one thing that I really wanted to say here is that with all the turmoil, with everything that's gone on, you know, over the last since they canceled March Madness, right? And this is really what's happened, you know, is that they canceled March Madness. We've not seen any sports, and sports is the one thing that brings us all together. It is the one thing that, and maybe there's other things, you know, maybe knitting does it, and you know, I just don't know because I don't knit, or you know, cooking or something like that. I mean, we never walk into a restaurant and say, well, this, you know, I wonder if the chef voted for, you know, this guy or that guy or this woman or that woman. I mean, we never think that when we go into a restaurant. So why are we doing that to our friends on Facebook? I mean, it's ridiculous, man. How judgmental people are when it comes to this stuff. And I'm not gonna play the game. It's amazing to me, you know, how hypocritical that is. But you know, outside of that, I do believe that sports is the one thing that brings us together, you know? And it's like, you know, and this is where I was going with that. It's like, you know, I grew up a Dolphin fan, you know, and it's like, I could hardly think that, you know, when we're all rooting for the Dolphins and, you know, losing, right, for the last, 50 years or something, it's like that we even care, you know, that we're all on the same team. We could hardly care if there's some guy yelling at his TV that voted for somebody else or that did, you know, it's like, come on, you know, it's like we're all on the same team. And I think sports unites us behind a common cause. And, you know, why some of these other things that are happening on the sports field offend some people is that it goes beyond that. You know, and it doesn't let us do that anymore. And it takes that away from us. And it's like there's a lot of platforms to do those things and to make your demonstrations and to get your point across. And, you know, if you're an athlete and that is your platform to do it, then, you know, go ahead and do it. But it's hard to judge other people who think differently. And I think, you know, when it comes to, you know, kneeling in front of the flag, or it comes to, you know, what flag you're waving, you know, or any of these other things, I'm not educated enough on most of these things to even have a position. I understand, like, you know, I was big against Confederate flag, right? I said the F-bomb about 60 times on one of these videos. But I will say that, you know, that some of the other stuff, I just really don't know. And I don't think a lot of the people that are ranting about it know much either, you know. I know what my tax returns look like when one president is there, and I know what my tax returns look like when another president is there, and I know well, we don't know what their tax returns look like, right? Because that we haven't seen yet. But, you know, it's just, you know, sports brings us all together. It makes the world a better place, and I'm just excited to get back there. You know, in the last 14 years, I've never taken a day off. Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, Super Bowl Sunday, doesn't matter. I've worked every one of those, and I've been here with you guys for all of them. And I'll tell you, through this whole stoppage, I've been here with you guys every single day too. But it just, you know, without the sports, it hasn't been the same. And I just look forward to getting back to normal. And it's, you know, if that means my crazy friends being crazy on Facebook, that's fine. But I think that what we've seen over the past few months has become more personal than it needs to be. And like I said, we don't judge like, who owns a movie theater or who, who's taking our ticket at the movie theater to decide whether or not we're going to, give them our ticket or anything like that. I'll tell you, man, it's like, so why treat your friends like this? People that you've known for your whole life. It's like, there's no reason for it. So it works both ways. I know that some of our friends are just, as they call them here in Hawaii, our mayor has done a really nice job here in Maui. What he calls these people, the people that just refuse to, do what's best as a community, he calls them the knuckleheads. The knuckleheads are the guys who, while we were under the quarantine, the guys who were still out at the beach with no masks on, 2 feet away from each other, laying out in the sun. When there clearly was rules, like not to congregate or lay out on the beach, like you use the beach to exercise. It's like the knuckleheads, right? And it's like, we're just not going to do it. And so, anyways, I'm excited to have sports back. I'm excited to see Rod and the Puck Dogs giving out bird cages and parlays on sports that I care about, And, even NHL. NHL was a sport that I didn't really care about much. And, I never give out premium picks on NHL or anything like that. But, I'll be excited to see it when they can. But, we'll all be there soon enough. Anyways, I'm kind of rambling on here. I'm just doing the show for the sake of doing it. I'll have 2 more Mondays with Mitch, and I'll probably have some real big statements coming up in those, and also probably show you guys some examples of stuff that we're doing on the website so you guys can navigate and see some of this really cool stuff. But one of the features is with the Puck Dogs and their bird cages and parlays, and I think you guys are really going to love it. But anyways, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with Steve Monahan and the Puck Dogs. This is Mitch.